Moving on then to the next question, Joshik. And before I take this question, I'm going to cover also two more polls, and it will be a lot quicker. But I want to check in with you guys what you think about ODI cricket. Is ODI cricket in a good state? And also then Test cricket. I want to get some votes on that, guys, and I'll just play around with a few ideas that I have. I've been in discussions on a WhatsApp group with a lot of former players, and a lot of them complained about T20 cricket, saying it's too much favoured in the batting department. And what are the ideas of sort of balancing it out a bit better? And then we spoke about ODIs and Test cricket as well, and some ideas around how to keep those formats as healthy as possible. So is ODI cricket in a good state, and also is Test cricket in a good state? Put your votes in here down below in the descriptions box. I'll quickly touch on it later. But before I get there, let's take this question, if I can pop that up for you guys quickly. There it is. Do you think that Cam Green's trade damaged RCB this year? What's your opinion on the team's form? The form has been terrible. That last win was crucially important. And no, Cam Green has only been I think a great addition to the team. Fantastic with both bat and ball. He had a good game in that last game. Maybe he's had a quieter season than usual, no doubt about that. But I think he brings a lot to the table for the team. And it showed in his facial expressions the other night, taking a catch. And that's when you know a player's mind is in the right place. That's when he plays for the right reasons. He wants the team to do well. Taking that eye catch off Klaasen and showing a lot of emotion. You could see what it meant to him, you know. It's not just with a bat and ball in hand. You could see a player's character when he does something special for the team in the field. So I think Cam Green is great, and certainly for the future he needs to stay there. He can become one of the pieces of furniture in that team over a long period of time. And that's what we need at RCB as well, a bit of stability, you know. Build a team, a squad over a few years. Don't chop and change too much, especially with your senior players, your experienced players. Hold on to them. And also the local young players, keep them in the side. Let them grow with the team over a long period of time. That's when you start seeing fireworks and magic happen. So we've seen that with CSK, with Mumbai Indians, guys that have won the trophy often. They look after their local young players, and 2 or 3 years down the line, those guys become your match winners. So I think that Cam Green has been fantastic, and there's absolutely no problem with that. We need an X-factor spinner. I would say that every day of the week. Karan Sharma had a really good game in that last win. But then he's got to play more often. Too many times he was sitting on the side of the field in this tournament. So we need someone who can rip it a bit and just take 2 wickets in 10 balls out of nowhere. That's what you see with the other teams. That's what changes the momentum. It's X-factor spinner. So that would be my go-to for the next one. Guys, keep voting down there in the test poll then. As we're almost finishing off with this week's 360 Live. Do you think that the boundaries should be extended in IPL? What's your opinion on high scores? I don't mind the size of the boundaries. Personally, I think the bowlers could enjoy a bit more protection with lifting some of the field restrictions. A lot of the fields in the IPL you can't make bigger because that's the size of the stands. I mean, or the stadium. There's just no way out there. The only way you can look after that is making the wickets a touch harder. But without, in my opinion, making the bowlers dominate too much. As I said at the start of the show, no one wants to go watch cricket at night for 3 hours and it's 85 play 80. There's no fun in that. It's too fast, it's too exciting, it's too entertaining to watch the balls fly all over the park. But the bad shot needs to be out. So have the fielders on the boundaries if the captain wishes so. And I would say the first 6 overs is too harsh on the bowlers. That's the only thing I would change, and possibly the impact player rule, where all of a sudden, chasing down a big total, you have an extra specialist batter, and it really just gives you too much freedom up the order. So it's like a snowball effect, where that gives the opening batters more freedom, and they only have two fielders outside of the circle. It's just too harsh. So that's what I would do.